Before we move on to the game, could we get your reaction to Mohamed Diamandi's successful appeal against the red card from?
I don't know if it's successful. I think it's just common logic, and it was common logic for everybody after the game. You guys also were directly convinced about that. So it's a normal thing. It's good that there is a good system that you can appeal. It's good also that VR did their job during the game, and they were clear that it was not a red card. So it's good that the system works. Of course, it's a big difference now when it's the last 2 minutes of the game. And this happens and it doesn't have any influence on the result. It would have been totally different, of course, if this would have happened in the first half and you need to play a long time with 10 players, because then it impacts the game also. But that was not the case, so I think everybody's happy about that.
Is that one you would seek more communication on, or is that a line drawn under the issue?
No, I don't think there needs to be much more communication. So everybody made clear that it was not a red card, and that there was a mistake made, and we continue now. So that's finished.
Are you able to welcome back Václav Černý, Leon Balogun? How are they? John Suter even back in training? Any?
Okay, it's a decisive game now. Last game in this group phase. So I don't want to give my Belgian friends all the tools. They need to work also a little bit, like me. I know they will not give me all the tools also before the game. So you guys saw some things in the training, that some guys were back and some guys were doing individual work, and the rest we will see tomorrow.
There is a chance, of course, you can reach the top 8. Is that something you just deal with afterwards, or do you keep an eye on the moving pitch?
No, if in some cases you can do to keep an eye on the moving picture like it was before. In this system, it's almost impossible, because it will be then around goal differences, and a team can score 2 goals in 2 minutes, for example, at the end. So we're gonna focus on ourselves to go for the 3 points, to work for that. And if you can score a lot of goals, you will try to score a lot of goals. But that's no difference with other games that we do. We always want to win, and we always want to make a big difference towards the opponent. That's always what we try to do. I know also that Union is a very good team, very strong team. So it's not easy to win against them, and to win against them with a lot of goals, that's even more difficult.
How big a role can Rangers supporters play to win it?
Yeah, they play a massive role. They always played already more than 100 years. An important part. This is also why this is such a massive club. I'm not so long inside of this building, a little bit more than 1 year, but I had already several amazing evenings in European games, or for example the last Old Firm, in atmosphere of the fans, and it's something all the world is talking about. Players who've played here and had this experience also on the other side, they all talk about that. So for sure the fans play a massive part in that.
Rangers have had recent success in this competition. Is this a competition you can looking to go deep into?
You need to be realistic and about this game. So if you see all these clubs in this competition, and all the budgets also, we need to look game by game and go every game full, even when teams have much better budgets, like it was with Manchester United or Tottenham. We always go full with our own force to play our own game, and then to try to win games. But it's focused on one game in a time. It's not that we can say, okay, it's normal for Rangers to play finals. That's not reality. But of course, it's our ambition.
Philippe, the news today that Finlay Curtis has signed a new contract, just your reaction on that and how you see him as a player and his potential?
Yeah, that it's another step about the story that I told you guys from beginning of July about where this club wants to go and where this club needs to go. So Finley get the reward of the good work that he's been doing last couple of months or last couple of years, let's say that. And that's why he's also closer and closer to a game selection in trainings with us. So he trained already a lot with us this season, also before he came into the selection. And that's the evolution this club needs to make. I spoke about that a few months ago. Last year, Ross made his debut. The year before, he had 5 trainings with the first team. That's not enough then to make the step next year to become a senior player. So we're from the start of the season already implementing the young boys a lot of times in training. And you see also when they come in, for them it's not like, how you say this, that they don't feel comfortable, it's feel familiar also with the other players. They're used of training with them, that they get the coaching of them, what they need to do on the pitch. All these things, it's not falling out of the sky, because it's prepared for months to make these steps. And that's the crucial thing. You have the academy and you have the demands of Rangers who are here. It's a big step in between. We need to do that step by step, making them better and giving them chances at the right times, the right moments, in the right environment. And it starts with the dressing room, but it starts also in the games. Which games? What kind of system, what is asked in that moment, how many minutes, all those things.
There have been clubs linked with a move for Jeffrey in recent days, Chelsea, one of the names mentioned. Do you feel that Rangers at the moment is the best place for him to continue his...
100% sure, yes. So I know that kind of clubs. I had some players going there, or similar clubs. Maybe one day, not maybe, if he makes a normal evolution, what he's been doing now, I think one day he will be ready for that. But for the moment, it's too early, and I think this is a really good place for him to develop. So he's totally not busy with all these rumours. Totally not.
Is it quite a fine balance striking it when you have young talents, the likes of Jeff Day and Hamza Igaman, and they're linked with big clubs, and Rangers need to have this player trading model, is trying to decide how long to keep a hold of them and when is the right time to sell? Yeah,
that's not something new. So I had the same in Genk. Trossard could have left also earlier in Genk to go to Premier League. We had talks with him about that, but staying. Also other players like Sander Berg. So it's important to do the right step at the right moment, because you see also a lot of players making a step higher and not being ready, and then losing themselves because they're not playing afterward because they were not ready. So it was the same in Bruges with players. It was the same in Monaco with players. So it's not something new. So I have experience around it. I've been speaking with players around that also. And I understand one moment when it's a good situation for and the club and the player. And it's not the nicest thing as a manager, but you need to let them go also. And you need to be proud of them that they can make that step. So we will work in the same way at Rangers, in the similar way that we did before.
The transfer window is obviously shuts next week. Could where the team finishes in the Europa League top 8 or just in the playoffs, could that have a material difference on any money you might have to spend before?
That are questions for Patrick and Niels. So you can ask them. Do it quickly then.
Can you give us a number for each of them, please, and we'll phone them later on?
Yeah. No, we can arrange it with Nick maybe. Yeah? No. Nick is the man who has their number.
Can I ask, just on Jeff today, you're talking about, you believe he should stay here and develop further. Are you able to confirm, has there been an approach at all?
No, I don't go into rumours. No, it's just a hypothetical example that I give. So for him is the best way to stay here, whatever comes. But it's just hypothetical.
In terms of Union, you must know them well, obviously from your homeland. Is there much insight you can offer into them at this moment?
Yeah, it's a tough team to beat. It's a very physical team. They play on the front foot. They play always with 2 strikers, one very creative guy behind. They play with wing backs who are very offensive. They're very fast in transitions, really good on set pieces. They're very direct in their play also, but they can keep also the ball into the midfield. So there are a lot of good qualities there. What they've been proven in Europe also. They struggled in the beginning of the season, new coach, a lot of new players. So I don't know how the situation is now, but they were associated with Brighton also in their recruitment. The last couple of years they found a lot of players with a low budget, but who were afterwards really good. They sold a lot of players like Boniface. I read this week he can go for 60 million to Saudi Arabia. Undav also, strikers like that. Now again, every year they sell these players and they find new ones again. Now again they have very good attacking players and a very robust defense and midfield, hard-working team. So it's a very hard team to beat.
In terms of that recruitment, are they a kind of model that Rangers should be looking to?
No, we have our own model, and you don't know how things are going in clubs because nobody is telling that to other clubs, of course. But clearly Brighton has been doing a really good job for Brighton, but also for Union. And sometimes they put players there, and later on they went to Brighton, like Mitoma, who does a really good job there at Brighton. He was also before playing in Union. So it's clear that several years in a row they did really good transfers, and they can replace players, but also the coaches only stayed maximum 1 year. They changed also a lot, the coaches, but they stay in the same style of play all the time. That stayed during 3-4 years now the same.
Last one, Josh.
Sorry, there's some reports coming out of Belgium that you might be looking to add to your coaching staff. Is there anything you can confirm?
I can only confirm things when things are signed. So if that's the case, I will tell you guys directly.